Now today we are going to discuss some testing tips or interview question. The first one is, what is a functional testing and BAP usability testing? What is a functional testing? Functional testing is a type of testing done against the business requirement of application. It is a black box type of testing. It involves the complete integration system to evaluate the system compliance with its specified requirement based on the functional specification document. This type of testing is to be carried out in actual testing. Tester need to verify a specific action or function of the code. For functional testing, either manual testing or automation tool can be used, but functionality testing, either manual testing or automation testing can be used, but functionality testing would be easier using manual testing only. Prior to non-functional testing, the functional testing would be executed first. 5 steps need to keep in mind in the functionality testing: preparation of test data based on specification of function, business requirement are the input of functional testing. Based on functional specification, find out of the output of the functions, the execution of test case, observe the actual and expected outputs. Compatibility testing. In web testing checklist, the compatibility testing makes sure that the web page are properly read in different browser like IE 8, 9, 10, 11, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Opera, and Mac and Linux, Ubuntu. Also verify it is working properly on different operating systems like Windows XP, Windows 7, Vista, Linux, Mac. It is on different hardware configuration. Here the most typical compatibility test should be considered while testing your application. Check on different browser and its version. Check on different operating system and its versions. Check on different hardware and configuration. Check on different network environment. Check on different screen resolutions. Web usability testing. The usability testing in come under a black box testing techniques where testing is to be carried out with user point of view. It is a technique implemented in the user-centric integration designed to evaluate a product or service by testing its representative user on the web page. The usability is the most important and required condition for survival. If the website is difficult to use, then people will not stay on the page. Also, if the content of detail of the page are difficult to read or understand, then also people will not stay on the page. So usability testing plays an important role which assess how easy user interface is to use. The usability testing is categorized in different categories: accessibility, identity, navigation, and content. You should keep in mind few points while testing a web application or usability testing. Accessibility: add bullet. Site load time should be reasonable. Site font size and spacing between lines should be easy to read. Carefully use of flash add-ons in website. Proper alt text should be used for all images present in website. If any internal link is broken, then website should be presented with 40 page error and page not found, page not be identity. The placement of website logos should be at the prominent place like right top side of the page. Proper tagline should be used which clearly stated the purpose of the website. Company and content information must be clearly mentioned which help to identify the company. Information. Navigation. Main navigation should be easy to find, read, and use. If more than navigation are used, then make sure that users should clearly understand why multiple navigation are used. Clear and concise navigation. Labels should be used in website. Reasonable use of link and button in website so user will not confuse while navigation the page. As a common practice of the company logo should be linked in website homepage. The site search facility should be present on the website and make sure there is a site search button simply and easy to access like top right of the page. Content heading should be clear and descriptive, and SEO use of proper heading like H1, H2 tag. Make sure that the critical content should be displayed on the first screen in average screen resolution, that is 1024 into 768. Use of consistent font style and colors across the website help user to understand that they are still on your site. Use of user friendly and meaningful keyword for URL will help both user and search engine to understand navigation. Meaningful and self-explanatory title tags should be used on the page. These titles are used to search engine to display in the search result as a search engine. If the improper titles are used, then user will skip your website page link and proceed further. Web security testing. Security testing is one of the most important type of software testing that makes sure that the vulnerability of weakness of the software application. The major objective of security testing is to find the vulnerability of system and determine that the data and resources are protected from possibility intruder. Security testing allows us to identify the confidential data stays confidential or not. This type of testing also known as penetration testing. Some of the major aspects of web security testing, password cracking, vulnerability, URL manipulation, SQL injection, cross-site scripting, SSS, and interface testing. What is interface testing? Interface testing is performed to evaluate whether the system or component pass data and control correctly to one another. It is to verify if all the interaction between these modules are working properly and error are handled properly. Interface testing checklist: verify that communication between systems are done correctly. Verify if all the supported hardware software has been tested. Verify if all linked documents be supported. Open all the platform. Verify the security requirement or encryption while communication happen between system. Check if the solution can handle network failure between website and the application server. What is a backward compatibility testing? An application and product development using one version of a platform should still work in the newer version of application. The testing that ensures new version of the product to be continue to work with the older product is known as backward compatibility testing. Example: a user had created a very complex Excel sheet to track project schedule, resources, expenses using Excel 2000. The user then upgrade his Microsoft to 2010 version. The function that were working on MS Office 2000 should still work, which means asset creating using older version should continue to work. In case if the asset creating using older version do not support new version due to any reason, then proper migration path should be given to the user so that they can migrate smoothly from prior version to current version. Now the end of the video. Thank you very much.